lovely sewing friends. Thank you for coming back to Myra Lorraine, my YouTube channel. You guys know I appreciate you stopping in to chit chat with me. Today on the video, I am sorry I'm so late getting this video out, but it was a tough week and a late night last night. So I hope you appreciate that I did get it out for you. But on today's video, this is going to be a new to me pattern, and I need to really talk to you guys about what I went through with this pattern. But it's a pattern, let me back up a little bit. I'm really interested in finding new to me patterns that are independent patterns that I find wherever. And so a lot of them I've been getting from Etsy. And recently I purchased 5 patterns from this company, and it's called Superb Patterns. And the one that I'm going to show you is this one right here. And I'll pop up over here a bigger picture of it so that you can see it clearly. But when I saw this pattern, I absolutely love it. So I went through their Etsy account to see what else they had, and ended up purchasing 5 patterns total. And the great part about it, what made me look, was because the patterns were really inexpensive that day. All of them were $3. So I thought, what a coup for myself. Now you'll get to see all of the other patterns I will be making, because I do like each and every one of them, but I have to let you know what I dealt with when I was making this pattern. So first off, I have to say that this pattern was really easy to work with. There was only 5 pattern pieces here. There was one piece for the front that you use. It cuts on the fold. No, let me see, one piece. Yeah, it was one piece for the front and the back, and they both were cut on the fold, I believe it was. I'll have to look at that. Or was it one piece? Well, there were only a few pieces. I'm sorry I wasn't prepared for that. There was only very few pieces to this, you know, which includes the flounce and then the straps and the facings. But it went together very easily. The problem came in with the sizing and I guess the cut of the pattern pieces. Once I put this together, I picked my size that I thought it would be based on their chart. And here's the pattern chart, and I'll bring up a better picture of this so that you can see it. But based on the sizes, it appeared that sorry about that, you guys, I thought I turned my phone off. But it appears that I would have fit into a size medium, so that's what I selected. And even the size medium is a little bit smaller. The hips are 40, which I am, but the waist and the bust are smaller than mine. Well, this pattern ended up too big for me. So that's what I mean when I say the size range was off a little bit on this. Now, the other thing that I ran into with this dress, and I'm talking to you about it before I show you the dress, because I don't want to miss what I had in my head. But the other pattern, and I'll bring the pattern piece up, the other problem that I had with it was when I was pattern measuring this on my body for fit, to make sure it would fit me, I noticed that the top half, I'll call the bodice without the flounce on the bottom, the top half was quite long. And if you see on this cover photo that the dress is short, with the flounce on it, is short on this young lady. It hits her about mid-thigh. But the bodice, for me, without the flounce, came down to my knee. So I thought, that's that, you know, and I placed the V where the strap was supposed to go right about here of the paper pattern on me. And it, like I said, came down to my knee. So immediately I cut 5 inches off of the bottom hem of the bodice. So, okay, once I did that, it hit me right about where I thought I would want it to hit me with this flounce, because I measured the flounce and then decided how long I wanted it. Well, after I put this dress together, guess what? It was still too long. So I ended up, I didn't take the flounce all the way off, but I did, it's a little technique that I do, and I showed it once on one of the cardigans that I made that I wanted to shorten, where you take your hem and you bring part of the top. I know a lot of you are going to be confused by what I'm saying. I have to show you, but maybe I will in a something else, or another, if I have to do this again, which I hope not, I'll show it to you. But I know that I did show it on a video, and if I can find that video, I'll link it up here somewhere, where I take the top part of the dress, and let's just say we fold it over to the seam line of the flounce, and then I sew right along that same edge of the same seam allowance where the flounce is, which on top of that would be however much you wanted to shorten that bodice piece. And I took 2 more inches off of it, and that made it work for me. And I know it's going to be confusing for people when you say that, but I was not about to take that flounce off of that dress and try to shorten that bodice piece again. So I modified my bodice, now the pattern piece, by taking 2 inches off, additional 2 inches off of it. So when I make it again, I won't have that issue. Now, the other thing, because it was so big, I tell you what, before I show you this next picture, let's show you the dress. Now, I love this fabric, and I was not about to lose this fabric based on a pattern that may or may not have been drafted well. You guess on that. I don't want to be negative about the pattern. I may have already done that, but it was a great style, and the instructions were very clear. It's just the sizing of the pattern, I think, was off on some of the things. But I love this dress. I love the way it looks, and it was worth the work that I went through to get it to look like this. But this dress has a flounce on it, as you can see. I'll bring you guys down so that you can see it a little better. But it has the full flounce on the bottom, and this fits me a lot better. It was real easy. It's a V front and a V back, which I love, and it has adjustable straps on it as well. Now let me bring you back up here so that I can speak with you. But that's what I love about this dress. It's absolutely beautiful to me for a summer dress, and I needed to get, before the summer is over, I wanted to get some more pieces out to you guys for the summer, because I lost all of my summer clothes, so I want to be prepared for next summer and still have something to wear, and I love this. I'm gonna have a couple more of these before the summer ends. I don't know if I'll bring them to you, but let me know in the comments if every version of this that I make, if you want to see it, and I will do that. But I will be making this again. Now, going back to the issues, I told you about the flounce, where I did. And it's hard to show. Maybe if I can show you here, I'll show you what I did when I take it off. But as I said, it went together well. But when I put it on, again, it was too long and it was too big. So I ended up taking the side seams in quite a bit. I don't remember how much I took off, maybe an inch and a half. And I'll show you why I had to do that. Because when I was standing in this dress, taking pictures of myself in the mirror, and I'll pop up that picture here, I noticed that on the sides of my boobies, right here underneath the shoulders, there were huge puckers. It was just way too big. And on the body part, it was way too big for me as well. So I went in and I took all of that in so that it would fit me better. And now it fits me beautifully. And I love it. I'll show you pictures of me after I finish telling you about this, because something else happened that was a little disappointing. So because of the issues that I had with this, I was concerned, and I was talking to my buddy Natita on a video chat, and I was telling her about this, and I mentioned to her that the pattern almost looked like, the pattern cover photo almost looked as though it was AI generated. And you guys out in the sewing community know what we're talking about this. You've seen those pictures that just don't look quite right and you think they're AI generated. Well, I showed it to her and she says, oh yes, that's definitely AI generated. And I'll bring that picture up again so that you can look at it. But you can tell around the outer edge and the way the model looks that this isn't a real, it may be a real person's in concept, but this is AI generated. So a question popped up to both of us. You know, I asked her, I said, well, I wonder if, in fact, or maybe she said, I can't remember which one of us said it, but one of us said it to each other, if in fact they don't only do AI generated cover photos, but the pattern itself is AI generated. And if that's the case, then that would understand why there's some issues with the sizing and the drafting of the pattern. So after I talked to her, I decided I would go out and look and see if I could see some other reviews on some of these. I didn't check them because I really liked the patterns and they were only $3, so I said I'll just go ahead and get them. Well, lo and behold, when I went back out to Etsy to pull up the patterns, even the ones in my account that I already purchased, that company is no longer available at all. When I pop up one of mine from the pictures from, or the link, I hit one of the links from my Etsy account on the ones that I purchased, error message pops up and an empty website window that says, sorry, the company is no longer available. Don't know what that means, you guys, and I don't want to be trying to estimate on that or anything like that, but it's not out there. So the other thing I thought, well, oh my gosh, now I'm going to have to find, because I can't share this, you know, I can tell you about it, but I can't share a link to it because it's not available anymore. The company itself, not just the patterns, but the entire company isn't on the website anymore. So what I was going to do for you guys was look to see if I can find a slip dress like this that had a V front and a V back with adjustable straps like this. I could not find one at all. So I'm going to request to you guys out there, if any of you who may like this dress and want this style, and you know of a pattern that's a commercial pattern that's out there, or even another independent pattern, please drop a link down in the comment section so other people who may like this dress can have an opportunity to find a pattern like that. And I'm sorry I couldn't find one for you. The ones that I looked at didn't have the V front and the V back. They were cowl necks, round necks, square necks, or the front was a V-neck, the back was a square. They were all very, very different, but none like this. So if you guys know of one like that that others may want to see, please drop the link in the comments. I really appreciate that. But other than that, this dress was really, really nice to put together, and I really enjoyed it. Let me slip these off so I can take this dress off real quick before I show you pictures of me on it, in it. And see if I can show you what I did on the bottom to take the 2 additional inches off of the bodice portion, without taking the flounce off. I'm going to turn it inside out. Oh, and the other thing I didn't show you guys, yes, I did put pockets. There are inseam pockets. I didn't show you guys that, sorry about that, but you know me, your girl has to have pockets. Occasionally I don't, depending on the dress. But this one, these went in because it's a rayon challis, which I didn't tell you, sorry about that. Here's the pocket. It's hard to even see it. Where is it? There she is, right down here, there she is. Okay, nice deep pockets I put in there. But I didn't tell you, this fabric is a viscose challis from Minerva Fabric, and this is the tan print. And if it's still available, I'll post a link down below. But I had shown you guys, I like this so much, I purchased 2 colorways right away. They had it in an olive green and a black, this same print. So I bought both, and you guys have already seen me make a top which I had to refashion later, and I'll post those links up here too. I had to refashion later because I didn't like the tunic that I made from the green one first, so I refashioned it into something that I wear all the time now. So this is the last piece that I had purchased in this tan colorway with black, and I absolutely love it. I'm so happy I was able to fix it and be able to wear it. But let me turn it inside out now so I can see if I can show you what I was saying about this bodice. Because this bodice piece was too long, excuse me, because this bodice piece, the way it attaches, the bodice attaches to the flounce right there, what I did was I took the amount of inches that I want from this top, the bodice, and what I did is just came along this seam line. As you can see, on this side it's going to be all bodice, and I just measured down from the top here to however much I wanted to take off. And for me, there was 1 inch, because on both sides it'll be a total of 2 inches, and I just sewed right along this seam line, and I serged it off, and it cut off the top bodice piece by that 2 inches, and now she fits and she's beautiful. So I'll run some pictures of me in it so that you can see that I actually had this on for dinner last night, and I wore my long black cardigan with it because it is so hot outside, you guys. Yesterday was 113 degrees here, and it was so hot, but I knew that as soon as I went into that restaurant that it was going to be like a meat locker or a freezer, and it sure was. Oh my gosh. But I had taken my long black cardigan along with me so that I could put it on. And before I even walked in the restaurant, when I got out of the car, I put my cardigan on and went into the restaurant, and I was so comfortable. But this dress is so amazing to me. The comfort level of it, the ease to wear. I mean, it was just perfect. I want some more of those. I'm gonna make a couple more. Now, I didn't take a picture of me in my cardigan with the dress, because the pictures that you saw, we took just before I went to the restaurant. And I just went, when we were going out the door, I ran and grabbed my my cardigan. And by the time we got back, it was too dark for to take photos in my house because I like to use the sunlight to take photos. But anyway, I did take a picture in my workroom this morning, and this is a picture that I took of on Sally, my dress form, in the cardigan and the dress. And it just goes beautifully because it hits just about a 1/4 inch above, my cardigan hits a 1/4 inch above the bottom of the flounce, but that was okay. And it looks great with it. So a couple more of these dresses. Now, if you have any questions about either the pattern or whatever I mentioned to you about this dress, please go ahead and put those in the comments, because you know I will answer you. All of the questions that come in, I try to answer. And if I ever miss a question, please forgive me, because I do try to get them all, so it wouldn't be anything personal to anyone. It's just that I missed it, and I hope I never do that. So unless there's something else that you guys would like to see, or because I do have a couple of things coming up. I actually have 2 subscriber requests that I have to do now. One for the Presto Popover top, and another one from Zelda Souls. She wants to see me line, or based on her comment that she said, and I'll post that comment up here. I believe she's talking about interlining. I'm not sure, but I'll confirm that with her. Either way, I have those 2 that I have to work on. But I have 3 other pieces over here that I've already completed that I want to show with you, discuss with you guys. So that's it. I will see you in my next video, and as I always say, you guys stay blessed, and thank you again for stopping in to see me. Bye now.